Hey, gluten-free badass, how are you? It's November. It's time for Thanksgiving, which is my favorite holiday. Is it yours? If not, what is your favorite holiday? And what's your favorite food tradition with it? For me, when it comes to Thanksgiving, there's always one inherent problem. And that problem is no matter how hard I try, no matter how hard I schedule everything, I still always end up 30 to 60 minutes behind when people arrive. And when they do arrive, I'm like, oh, you're here on time. Great. And then I need to hand them a beverage and a tasty snack and say, turkey will be ready soon. All right, so we're gonna go over what is a super quick gluten-free beverage and snack that not only we'll love, but everyone who attends, whether they're gluten-free or not, are going to love. And it's nice and quick, so it doesn't take us away from the real food that we need to make. All right, so let me take a little sip. I can't wait for you to try this. All right, so we're gonna start with mulled fruit punch, okay? So this has some fruit in it, it's got some spices, it has wine, and we heat it up and we can ladle it out to guests and put a little happy orange garnish on it, and everyone thinks it's super fun. All right, so we're gonna start with some pomegranate juice, but we're gonna use the blueberry pomegranate juice, and we're gonna pour that in right here. Now the neat thing about this is we don't even have to put any sugar in this because it already has natural sugars from the juice. We're gonna put in some apple juice, and honestly, that's not even enough. We're gonna put in a little bit more. All right, what's your favorite Thanksgiving beverage? What do you like to serve your guests? I'm curious. All right, gonna put this in. All right. Now, one of the fun parts of doing a mulled either mulled wine or mulled punch that has wine in it is you actually can use really cheap wine. And I really don't ever advocate serving really cheap wine, only in two circumstances. One, you have people over you don't like. That's an easy way to get them to leave early. And the second thing is when you're gonna mull it, because that's the whole point of mulling wine. Oops, I'm getting all excited, I'm splashing it everywhere. This actually started back in around 700 BC, where the Greeks were like, hey, we got a lot of crappy wine. What are we gonna do about this? And they said, let's heat it up and let's put some spices in it, because then it ends up tasting a lot better. And you don't wanna waste any good wine on this because the spices really do change the flavor in a wonderful, warm and savory and keeping warm in the winter way. Hey Susan, I see you're watching, hello. And hello whoever else is watching, glad you're here. Ask questions, okay? So what we have here are cloves, about 15. We're not gonna skimp on the flavor here. Put that puppy in. Then we want lots of cinnamon sticks, all right? So again, I think we have 5, how exciting. We're gonna put those in as well. And that's it. We are going to heat that up for, just put it on a low simmer. It'll be heated up in about 30 minutes. And here's a really nice thing too. If you should happen to have any left over, which I'm not sure you will, just throw it in the fridge and it tastes even better the next day. I think those flavors all kind of meld and they get really even happier together, and it's amazing. All right, so we're gonna put this to the side and we're gonna start then making our snack, okay? So let me rearrange some things here, okay? So we're gonna move this over here, and we're gonna put that there. All right, hold on one second. There we go. All right, so I've had this pan heating up for a little bit, okay? And what we're gonna throw into it first, and I'm not gonna actually cook the bacon for you, I pre-cooked it because I have faith in you that you eat bacon regularly. Because as one guy I dated once said, bacon is God's candy. Oh, I think it is, so true. Can I have an amen on that? All right, so we're gonna take this nice bacon that we cut up, okay? And with its beautiful fat and renderings in it, and we are going to put it into our pan. Oh, gosh. I have to say, I kind of miss the kids being here tonight, but I can tell you right now, man, they'd be eating all that bacon, and that would not exactly be helpful to us. All right, so let me put that in. All right, so we've got this happy bacon, and I've got this pan pretty hot, as you can see. And we're gonna take sorghum, okay? Look at this. So tiny. Hey Jean, thank you so much for your amen. So look how tiny these are. Okay, I'm gonna pour these in and then we're gonna talk about what sorghum is if you're not terribly familiar with it. All right, so look at this. We put it in, all right. I'm gonna move that puppy around. We're gonna get a pot on it, a top on it. And this is gonna be just like when you were making popcorn as a kid at home. You're gonna, do it over this, just a little down. We're gonna put it over and kind of shake it a little bit, keep it moving so it doesn't burn, and soon we're gonna hear really fun popping. Okay, so sorghum is a wonderful grain that is completely gluten-free, and it is grown on plants that look a lot like corn, not coincidentally. And so since you can pop corn, you can pop sorghum. And it is like the 5th most popular grain in the world. We don't have a ton, we're not maybe as used to it here in the United States, but it is really popular because it doesn't need a ton of water and it's really resistant to drought. But where it is grown in the United States is Kansas. Let's say thank you to the people in Kansas for all those wonderful farmers making sorghum for us. Ooh, can you hear that? I know, can you hear that little popping noise? It's so happy. Let me take a look. Ooh, take a look at this. I know, isn't that fun? I know, it's popping all over the place. Why not? Look at that. That was awesome. So anyway, if you weren't like showing it off to your friends, you'd probably cook it for about 30 seconds more to get the rest of it all done. All right, let me just put this somewhere where it's not gonna burn the counter. Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh, and look at this. I know, it's popping everywhere. Look at that. It's like this little tiny mini popcorn. It just looks like a popcorn kernel, but a little tinier. And it's so tasty. And here's the thing that I was absolutely amazed about. Sorghum is like this superfood, but because it's like not that popular, it never gets on the superfood list. Here's why I'm putting it on the list. One, it has more antioxidants than blueberries. Blueberries have the most antioxidants of any fruit out there. So like you're being super healthy eating this, and it's tasty, particularly if you add some bacon. Does that not sound like the perfect wicked and wholesome combination? Okay, but then also it has 8 grams of fiber and it has 5 grams of protein. So it's like filling and delicious and fun. So the next time like you're watching a movie at home, make some pop sorghum. I know. All right. That's it. And do you know why that's it? Because we need to be spending our time on Thanksgiving on our stuffing, which I have to tell you, I'm totally having fun working on so that we can have like really delicious stuffing that we just like are craving. And you can work on your pumpkin pies and work on all sorts of like fabulous other things. Hey Geraldine, nice to see you. How are you? How is Una? Okay, so that is like our super quick one tonight because as I said, it needed to be super quick because we want to like have snacks that are easy. All right, so as usual, it is so wonderful to see you. If you have questions, feel free to ask them, in the comments section and I will write to you afterwards. But basically, happy November to you and keep being you, and please don't ever, ever compromise on that because you are awesome. All right, take care.